Sheesh, I did not realize you were there. Hi. I'm Comedy. I'm a top 1% Aimlabs player, and today we're going to be looking at the Gauntlet Logitech's $100,000 tournament. It has three different sections: movement, audio, and aim. I'm only going to be focusing on aim today because that is what I am. I'm an aimer, not a movementer. Alright, we're going to look at what it has to offer and if we think it's possible for me to take this down. Alright, so starting off with the non-monetary rewards, we have all the badges and titles which you can equip in Aimlabs next to your name on any leaderboard. So these are pretty cool. Let's see what they've got. They have the movement champ, which is top 10. The aiming champ, which is top 10. That's what I'll be going after. I actually did get a chance to go in and check out what the three tasks are and try them out for a bit. And we ended up getting 82nd place just off of the tryout there. So that's not bad. And then there is the top 10 audio champ. And I think there's also top 500s, top 250s, top 100s. Oh, I did not know there was a top 50. That's pretty cool. That's probably what I'll be shooting for, but obviously the champ title would be incredible. All right, let's look at the challenges here. All right, there's three challenges. There's speed shot, which is basically a form of grid shot. Basically, it starts off very, very small, and we'll show that here. Basically, the targets start really small, and the better you are in the early game, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, so much higher scores if you can kind of ramp here. This is not what I'm best at. I'm best at target switching and tracking, but static clicking, we'll give it a go. So I ended up doing each task about 4 or 5 times, and this one being one of my weaker ones, if not the weakest of the whole bunch. I was pretty happy with the 5th run, so I just ended up keeping it. All the targets start small like I discussed earlier, and they continue to get bigger and bigger. I actually excelled in the small because I find myself being able to do precision over speed. So as they got bigger and bigger, my speed kind of fell off near the end. I end up doing not too bad on this run and making a new high score, so we'll just keep it. And I think for the sake of the run, we'll let it go for a little bit longer here, and then I'll end up speed ramping it. So this is all still real time, but you can see I'm making a lot more mistakes as the targets get bigger and further apart. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just speed ramp the rest of this so we can get to the next task. As you can see, we got to 73,000, which ended up putting us around top 200, but at the time of filming the ending of this, there's so many new players joining that it pushes a little bit further. We're about top 250 now. This next task is small horizontal targets with micros and tracking. And then diagonal medium-sized targets. And after you do horizontal, vertical bigger targets. And it kind of just loops. You just do the 3 over and over and over again, seeing how many you can do before, I believe it's a minute 20 for this task is over, with each target being equal value in points. And so I try and just speed through my weaker ones and then get to this one, which is a lot stronger. And this is probably the strongest point of my aim. You can see that slightly on some of the targets when I'm tracking the smaller ones, my crosshair kinds of shakes, and that comes from either too much tension or just not being able to focus on the target quite right. I think in some other videos I'll go over small things about the aim, like the micro adjustments and the way to really hone in. But in this video we're really just talking about the format and the competition itself, so we're going to kind of not stick around on that too much time. I ended up getting a 102 tying my high score, and I was pretty happy with that. So I moved on to the next task. This next task was a lot harder. It was a quick scope task, which I had only been able to play like twice before, and so I think I played it 2 more times after filming the first part of this video, so this is my 4th attempt. And basically you scope in very quickly and hit the head of the target, which was pretty easy to do in the beginning while the targets were stationary like this. And I thought I was doing pretty well until the target started moving, which we'll see here in a second. Once they start moving, I get a couple misses, and on top of that, I think I hit body shots on a large amount of the targets once they're moving. Pretty much every miss sets me back quite a lot on the run and really hurts the score. But I didn't get a ton of time to work with this one, so I just got what I could for the first day, and I ended up getting a decent score that I ended up keeping. So I'm not too unhappy with it, but with all of these tasks, I'm just going to go ahead and practice each day and try and release some videos as I can and see if we can move closer and closer to top 10 on the leaderboard in the overall. I got an 83,000 on it, which is overall pretty bad and my worst, but it did put us top 57 on the leaderboard for the overall, which I'm pretty happy with. We were a little higher earlier in the day with our highest task being top 17, but as it's moved on through the day, we fell all the way to top 32 on that task, but top 57 overall is super strong and I'm very happy with it. Thanks for watching and subscribe if you want better aim, otherwise your next ranked game might look something like this.
And again, the villain of Istanbul here.
Fnatic won't be expecting it either, because it's not happened.
Not at this time at all. And
oh, it's cooked it! Oh my god!
Again!